It's pretty funny how I ended the last vlog, considering the date of this one. Suppose I should start this the same. Hello again. It's been a while. Oh boy, has it been a while. Suppose there's a little bit of explaining entail as to why the date is so far from the last vlog. So for those who don't know, the trial didn't really happen. As I said, I've been vlogging the whole thing, so there will be a vlog coming out explaining everything that happened. But to give you a very brief just, he decided to plea to 2 of the 4 counts that he was charged with. And I just can't put to words the conflict that I feel over that. Because I mean, like, everyone expects you to just be like, yes, I don't have to testify. And I mean, sure, yeah, okay. But he made me hold on to that shit for so long, for like 3.5 years longer than I should have. Because I should have been able to work through it more through the different group therapies that I did, but nope. Tell me I gotta testify, tell me there's gonna be a fucking jury, then change it so that there's no jury, and then tell me I don't have to testify at all. Sure, that doesn't bother me at all. Quite pissed, actually. I also have no idea what that noise is. My apologies. Somebody's cutting something wood. But anyway, so there is no vlog to say how I feel before the trial, because it didn't happen. But there's this vlog, which is how I feel about everything. The last set of vlogs, and tomorrow, because tomorrow is supposed to be the sentencing hearing. But do note the month. He's postponed this twice. The original sentencing hearing, which was disgusting, was set for June, and then it was postponed again, and then it was set off, and then this was the reset date. Rather, tomorrow is the reset date. But I'm fully expecting something. I'm fully expecting that he's going to throw himself down the stairs or come up with some new medical emergency or some new thing in the law. I have learned so much about Canadian law and how pathetic it is in a lot of ways through this experience, because I've learned about all the different ways that he's been able to be like, nope, don't want to go, nope, don't want to have the trial. And I just, in terms of how I feel, ultimately, I feel weak. I feel really weak because I started all of this, as I've said more than once, caring about this person, wanting this person to get help. I did all this to get them help. Why did I have to start recording when there's somebody to decide to start cutting wood? Anyways. But he's delayed it and dragged it out so much, just as much as he possibly could have. People have told me, it's self-preservation. He still cares about you, but he's just, worried about himself and doesn't want to go to jail. And, anybody would act like that. I mean, anybody would be scared in his position. It doesn't mean he doesn't care. But, as I say in my statement, a parent is supposed to put their child's needs before them. So it's just been really painful to see that he's been exactly like my birth parents. His needs are more important. I don't mean to offend. My parents are being cool now and they're being supportive in however they can, but when I was a kid, there were certainly times where it felt like their needs mattered more than mine. And now my adoptive father has made that equally a thing that he feels, I guess, or made it clear to me that his needs are more important. Self-preservation is more important than the torture that I'm going through. So, great. It's been really destructive to my mental state. A lot of coping that I did with all of the things that he did to me were based off intent, were based off the fact that his intent was good, despite how fucked up the things were that he did, and wrong, and just warped. his intent. I believed he thought he was doing the right thing, even though he obviously wasn't, even though he was clearly mentally ill and like had no idea what the right thing was, thinking that that was somehow the right thing. I really believe that he thought he was doing what was best for me. And now I'm not so sure. Now I feel like a lot of his stuff was selfishly motivated. At least the rape. I mean, the beatings still seem mostly out of response of my attitude. Not that that's okay. You should not lay a fucking hand on your child. You can talk to people, can be talked to. We are humans. We can communicate. Communication is possible. There are very minute situations where it's okay to lay a hand on your kid, and it's basically just to restrain them so that they don't hurt other people. People don't need to be beat on to be taught. So it wasn't right, but it makes more sense to me, the beatings, than the rape. And that's been a lot to deal with. That has made the last few months a whole new level of low and depressed for me that I didn't know existed. I've been through some pretty hard depression, but this experience of him dragging me through this court and really showing me that he matters to him more than I do has just left me so empty and alone. It's unfortunately been combined with new views on life, rather nihilist ideas about things, which doesn't have to be a bad thing, but just bad timing. So it's been hard. In terms of how I feel about tomorrow, I was just trying to finish making a vlog with Sadhkarma, recording my practice of reading my impact statement, but the camera died because I didn't charge the battery, so I'm going to finish that after this. But I don't know, I'm really anxious in one sense, and I feel like constant anxiety in my chest and back, but also right now in particular I'm like weirdly calm. I think ultimately I'm just bored. I am bored of all of this. I am done. I had such high hopes in the beginning. I really wanted to talk to him. I wanted this to all like happen and go down and then have a chance to talk to him after it all, because obviously he'll be like behind bars and I can go visit or whatever. And I wanted to like sit down and understand who we are to each other, and what, if we were going to continue with a family, or like how he feels about me, if he even cares, like, because I was scared from the day he got released from jail. I was like really scared that maybe he wanted to hurt me, or that he was mad at me for reporting him, and I didn't know. And I want to see my dog again and all this stuff, and now I still really, 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 really want to see my dog. And if tomorrow could be about vlogging to go get my dog, that would be just heaven, dream come true. But another thing I'm dealing with in terms of extreme conflict is there is a very good chance they are going to finally sentence him to whatever the fuck they decide he deserves based off their own particular opinion, the judge. And then he gets another like 30 days or 60 days or God knows fucking what before they're like, okay, so now you have due days to again get your affairs in order, and then you have to voluntarily surrender yourself on this date or whatever. And that, I mean, considering how long this has been drawn out, and considering the fact that they said back in March that the reason they were doing a delay between sentencing hearings for him to get his affairs in order, I'm just like, when are you gonna just take him already? Because like he has so much of my property, and I don't know what he's doing with the dog, and I love that dog so much, and he's been hard on it. He like I think I did mention in these series, like he broke its leg, so like in all his goodness to both the dog and myself, he's also been terrible to us, and I don't see why I don't deserve an opportunity to love that dog and be with him one more time before he goes, because he's like 9. He's old. And he's a big dog. So big dogs don't live as long. But I don't know. That's the thing that's constantly been pending, that he could put him down for all I know. Because he's that, I don't know, because I don't know if he would. I don't know what he's going to do. He could give him to someone that will fight me on trying to get him back. Like, there's a lot of different things that could happen. And that's what's been driving me the most crazy, and that's what I'm the most tired of, is this limbo of what could happen. I just want it to be over with already. He's going to go to jail at some point because he has pled. He is determined guilty. It's just about how long he's going to go away for and when he's going to go away. Can it not just happen already? Like, I'm still waiting for a call to be told that, nope, it's not going to happen tomorrow, because that's basically what happened last time. It's the day before, just as I was going to make this vlog. Like, just before I made it, the freaking lawyer called me and was like, yeah, he dropped his lawyer. Long story. You'll see in the vlog. But anyway. So this series is probably going to get released soon, presuming tomorrow goes well. My feelings are very mixed. I mostly just want it over with. I'm finding as I'm trying to record the statement that I'm getting really bored and exhausted and tired of reading. Different points where I cry a little bit, but I'm mostly just like, can this be over? Please! So, feeling very frustrated. But through all this, I've gotten better at vlogging, so there's that. And I've been doing a lot of vlogging since, like, February or March. So, if you can't tell, my demeanor's a little bit different in this vlog to the others, because I'm a little bit more okay with them. And there's the person with the saw again. But anyways, I guess I will cut this one short, because that's about it. Just, yeah, in terms of my feelings, all over the place. I don't really know. I still want to hold on to caring about him, but I feel really... This is ultimately why I feel so weak. Is because I know it is the hardest time to care and love anyone. To care about, love about. The hardest time to care about or love anyone is when they're being mentally ill. Is when they're not being at their best. Is when they're being at their shittiest. That's the hardest time to love someone. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't. And I know everyone says, like, all the things he did to you, you shouldn't. Fine, you know, you're entitled to your opinion. But, like, I just feel weak that I actually don't want to care about him anymore. I want to just, like, fucking walk away. And, like, I know he has no one. And I don't want to abandon him. But I'm just so fed up with all of this. And feeling like he doesn't give a shit about me through it all. So, I don't know. I'm feeling weak, ultimately. Because I don't want to care anymore. And I think a strong person would remain steadfast. And like I've said always, like, I'm not going to keep him in my life if he doesn't want to get well. It's about me getting well, and if he doesn't want to, then, you know, he's going to go his own way, and that's fine. But I still want to hold on to the idea that he might want to get well, and that I can be there for him, because nobody ever wants to get well unless someone, like, how could you possibly want to get well and improve yourself and your life and your body or your mental state if no one cares about you, if there's no one to do it for? And I mean, I know you have to ultimately do it for yourself, but knowing that someone cares that it even happens means so much. Like, there's been so many times that I have been on the edge of suicide, and knowing that a lot of people actually care about my well-being and whether I go or not has stopped me, has given me a reason to not do it, has given me a reason to fight to get better and to improve my mental health. And I know that. And so I'm speaking from experience where I know that abandoning him isn't going to help him. And I want to help him. I just don't know if I can anymore. I do have to take care of myself ultimately. So the conclusion of this series is confusion. Basically. My life has been a disaster. It's just absolutely fallen apart since I made this original report. And I can't wait for it to be done. But, you know, hopefully that will be tomorrow, at least in terms of all the court proceedings. And then, you know, eventually he'll get put in jail and I can try to move forward and really understand where I sit with my life and with him and the dog and everything. but it all just still waiting for tomorrow. There's been so much waiting in my life. I am so done with waiting. I'm so done with waiting for time to go by. I want to live my life. I want to live time. Be in the present and be in the moment. I know people say you can and just move on with your life until the next court date, but you just can't. Not when he has all your possessions, or, oh, excuse me, he has a significant portion of my possessions from when I was younger, and like my dog. And, you know, the whole knowing if he cares about me thing. It's just a lot. It's not your average case where it's just like testifying and then move on with your life. My life is really entangled with him. So, you know, that's what it means to be a parent to a person, right? So I just want this done. I want to know what's going on. I want to know how he feels. I want to know what's going to happen. Hopefully that will come tomorrow. I don't know. But this is the conclusion of this series. The next addition to give you guys, I guess, some absolute closure is whenever I manage to get all of the different vlogs together from the last 6 months or whatever, since March, of all the different court dates that I've been to. I like vlogged every time. So I'm going to be compiling all those. It's going to be kind of a long video in the end, because the statement alone takes me like almost an hour to read. So it's going to be a bit of a documentary, to be honest, not a vlog. But there will be a video coming out soon-ish after this series is released to let you guys know what happened with the court proceeding, how it went, how it proceeded, how it's feeling, and how it concluded. So fingers crossed that I have good news at the end of that video. In the meantime, I hope you guys just know that there are other people out there still living stuff like this, and unfortunately it's a reality of life. But knowing that other people care means a lot to a lot of people, and it allows people to get out of abusive situations. So if you think you know someone who might be in this position, or if you're someone in this position, I just let people into your life. People make a big difference, and they help you get better, and they help you have reason to get better. And that's worth living for. That's worth going through the struggle of getting out and getting better. And you can. It's very possible. I don't necessarily advise reporting it to the police if it doesn't need to be, if you're not in danger, considering my experience. But you can get out, and I do just want that to be my final message of this series, I guess. My torture story was awful, but it ended. It stopped, and it didn't end with death. It ended with me getting out and getting my life better. So yeah, I hope that's ultimately what you guys got out of this. I will try to link below, whenever I do finish it, the video, the final video that conveys what happened with the court. And in the meantime, I hope you guys will, as I say at the end of all my other vlogs, join me again next week, where I try again to share a little something I've learned in life, though certainly not anything more for this series. Take care.